Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in. My name is Anaris and I am here with a 1 vs 1 Starcraft 2 commentary for you. This is going to be LucifroN spawning as the Terran in the bottom left against his opponent Naniwa, who's spawning as the Protoss in the top right. This is actually a best of 3 series from the semifinals of the Champions Trophy tournament hosted by SK Gaming in November. I don't believe these replays have been released anywhere else yet, so this is kind of a first look for you guys. We did feature it on the live stream, but I don't think these replays were ever actually released. So we do have a pylon going down here already for Naniwa at the top of his base, just beside the Nexus, and also a supply depot going down just beside the command center as well. A little fun fact about this game: before this game started, LucifroN and Naniwa had actually played another match on the same map, same races, everything. They got to about 15 minutes in, and Naniwa disconnected. He had been having internet difficulties that day. So LucifroN was offered the chance at having the free win given to him, and he said no. He would rather replay it. Now, I will say neither player was really ahead in that game. Having watched it, I can tell you it was about even, and I mean, spoilers, whatever, you're not going to see it anyway, so I can just tell you. Both of them had taken their naturals, both of them had explored a good bunch of their tech trees on the ground base units. And, yeah, there really wasn't a huge engagement just yet in that particular matchup, and then he's gone. He dropped. So, yeah, LucifroN and Naniwa are replaying the match here, starting from game number 1 in the best of 3 series, and we'll have to see how it goes here. I actually have a couple more games from the series that I would like to cast. I'm going to see if I can find the good ones. I remember there were some pretty exciting matchups that took place during the series, so I'm going to dig those out and cast them for you. Possibly 1 or 2 from the more recent tournament here as well that just took place this past Saturday. And speaking of something that is completely unrelated, Saturday, I wanted to let you guys know that I will be having a small giveaway coming up here in the next day or so. The contest will be announced officially then, but I will be giving away a pretty cool gamer prize. It's kind of a general prize, but definitely something that I think most of you could make use of. So I will be announcing that here in the near future. Just make sure you stay tuned to my channel for that. And yeah, so wanted to get that announcement out of the way as well, as we have a second barracks going down here. One is already here with the Tech Lab add-on. Not researching anything just yet. Might see concussive shells down the road here if we keep going the route of the Marauders, which currently has one second one on the way. Now looking over here, he's getting these Marauders because the SCV has been scouting the Protoss space. He saw the Cybernetics core, he saw the pretty standard here opener that could have led over to a couple more gateways, followed by a ground push, about a few minutes from now. But Naniwa choosing to get a Stargate instead, buried down here. Terran player has not seen that yet. You can see right here what he's seen. He's seen the pylon. He saw that the first time he came in here and scouted, but he has not seen the Stargate at all. So we'll have to see what is going to come out of that Stargate. As looking at the Terran base right now, we do have 2 Marauders. I see a third one just popped out a second ago, and now stim packs are on the way. Don't have concussive shells yet, though. He is still running off of 1 refinery, and that's probably not too bad of a, it's not going to hurt him too much because right now he is working on the reactor, so we can expect to see some Marines coming here. He will have to get a good bunch of Marines coming very quickly if he wants to survive this attack. The Void Ray is about 50% complete. There is an SCV up here which is about to take it. Oh man, you poor guy. Did not have a chance whatsoever. But nonetheless, Warp Gate technology is about 66% complete. Only have 1 gateway still. This is enough units to hold the top of the ramp until, if Naniwa has to get any forces out in the near future, he will be able to do so relatively quickly, throwing down another gateway or 2. But for now, this is where it's going to start happening right here. Naniwa throwing down a pylon just on top of the Terran base with a Void Ray coming in from the east, rather. I apparently don't know my directions very well. Command Center going down. Now this is going to be interesting. LucifroN only has a couple Marines right now. Look at that. He's got a few more on the way. And now he's switching back to Marauders on his barracks with the Tech Lab. Doesn't have any upgrades right here. He does have an engineering bay though. So some turrets certainly would be able to help him as the Void Ray comes in here right now. What is it going to attack? We'll have to see. The Command Center right now. It's charging up on the Command Center. It will be able to take out the Marines very quickly if it gets to the high ground there. Stays out of range of some of them. and doesn't take the full run. Now he is moving in here back towards the back of the SCVs. Will he make it there in time? I do not know. Marines are chasing it, getting so low in the health. Oh my god, 10 hit points left. 10 hit points on that Void Ray before it was able to get out. Now we'll have to see what's going to happen with it as a second one does indeed come down here. Now Naniwa is using this time to throw down an expansion. Very good idea. He threw that down right at the start of the attack. Oh, he's using this Void Ray to outrange the Marines and take out this missile turret. It's so close, but it is charged up, knocked out one of the Marines right there, and there goes the turret. The Terran player cannot do anything against this. He has stemmed area here, but all these Marines can do right now is just sit there and get shot in the face by this very powerful laser, which is simply outranging the Marines. Coming in here for the second supply depot right here. Will the Marines be able to hit it? They're so close to knocking it down. Oh my god, 13 shields left, but it is fully charged. A very dangerous fighting force indeed. A couple more Marines coming over here trying to do some more damage. Oh, the Void Ray is still charged up. Did get a nice shot on that one Marine as this second Void Ray is almost looking to join his friend in the low hit point club. Well, continuing to fortify the expansion. Oh no, don't run that to the missile turret. Oh, LucifroN getting some fantastic kills. Still nothing happening with these other two, hits rather. Still nothing happening with those other two Void Rays hanging out. At this point, the missile turret is up. There's really not a lot he can do with it. This missile turret does a good job of cornering this Void Ray into this nice little spot right here. Of course, the Marine is trying to drag it back into the missile turret where it would dive very quickly. He is now bringing it up here to attack this supply depot, but he is very much within the range of the Marines, who are actually right here sitting. And that's certainly, actually he's waiting for, oh, he might get the Void Ray. Will he get it? He's moving in, stemming and attacking. Oh my god, yes, he gets it. One Void Ray is down. This one is still over here charging up, fully charged on the supply depot still, as the Terran player looks to repair it. A couple Marines coming in here to push away. Oh, and there it goes as well. Certainly not a good thing for Naniwa, but he did make good use of that first initial Void Ray, knocking out a good number of forces there. Now he has taken this time to secure and pretty much just build up his expansion. Like I said earlier, sitting pretty good on the probe count, pretty decent on the army. He certainly has a little bit to make up here, but he has warped in 4 more gateways and is continuing to chrono boost out Void Rays. Certainly will be very powerful indeed versus the Terran infantry. Right now sitting on about 15 Marines or so. So actually 13. And we've also got this expansion looking pretty good as well. Looking at the income tab, we can see both of them are about even. And that's because of the mule we can see for the Terran player, 37 or 36 to 47 for the harvester count. But that mule is making the difference right there. He is continuing to throw up a factory that can be expected to be completed in just a matter of moments. You see the Marine shields are on the way, as well as Armor 1 starport on the way as well. Haven't really seen too much with this proxy pylon so far, as looking in the base right now, we do have a forge going down. Might see a cannon defense or two in the back of the mineral line right here. And yeah, that's pretty much all we've got right now, continuing to warp in the gateway units. Really focusing on those. He is going to have some meat for this army. The Void Rays alone will not be able to handle this, especially with the turrets. The Stem Marines will just be able to wreck the Void Rays as the Protoss continues to fortify his expansion. There's a cannon right there, so good defense, plenty enough to stop any sort of very small drop or harassment with a Hellion or whatnot. As the Protoss army is finally moving out here down towards the southern portion of the map. Pretty nice composition, decent amount of sentries there. We can expect to see a good number of force fields. Now looking over here, this is actually, this will be a pretty interesting encounter because, like I said, there are a large number of Marauders here, something that the Terran player has focused on relatively early, and this will be something kind of unexpected for LucifroN. Don't think he's going to be expecting this attack to come from this route at all. Now we'll have to see how Naniwa handles this, though, as he'll get up to the top of the ramp and the Terran player will be notified very quickly. Of course, this SCV will help him see that as he does move up to the top of the ramp, starting to take out the refinery. Will he be able to charge up the Void Rays in time? Of course, the Vespene guy, or the refinery was not meant for this world at all. Dies very quickly as the Protoss continues to... What he's trying to do right now is bait the Terran forces in here so that way he can seal them off with the force fields. Look at that couple force fields going down right there, keeping them from getting too close. Now they're funneling in. More force fields are going down, blocking off the Terran from the rest of his units. Oh my god, that was great placement. But unfortunately, most of the Terran army was kept in the back here, so wasn't able to really chop off as much as he could have. Of course, the Void Rays there would have been able to chew through the Marines once they were fully charged. But now Medivacs have taken to the field here, as once again he is trying to deny this gas to the Terran player. Oh man, this is going to be hurting a lot, especially since he is trying to produce these Medivacs at a very fast rate here. But meanwhile, the Protoss player, you can see in the base, is warping in a Dark Shrine. So you can see the Terran player is using all of his energy for the mules right here. Certainly will try to catch LucifroN off guard. Both command centers are very low in energy. More force fields going down, trying once again to bait the Terran player. If the Terran goes through this, it is really going to be bad news for him, because he will be sandwiched in this very small choke point. Now the Protoss is once again trying to move him back here, but I do not think the Terran is actually going to fall for that. Instead, coming back out here with now a couple Vikings. Oh man, more force fields coming down here once again, trying to bait him off. There goes a couple more units right there. Another Marauder and a Marine. This poor guy will have to get out super quick, although the Protoss is actually retreating now. So we'll take a second to look at his base here while he heads back. You can see the Dark Shrine and the Twilight Council are going down right there, as well as a Templar Archives. The second expansion is looking pretty secure. Got a couple cannons. Also claiming both of the refineries before the Nexus is done. Really wants to get that gas coming in as soon as possible. Because of the fact that he's got the robotics facility, we may see some Colossi. I don't know. Certainly would help out against the Marines. I think it was a very good move to force the Terran player to go kind of a Marine heavy build there early against the Void Rays and switch over to Gateway units. Unfortunately, because of the expansion, it just was not fast enough. He was able to hold that off, combined with some decent micro. Now we do have another engineering bay going down here, so we can expect to see more Terran upgrades, as right now he's seeing currently at 1-1. As soon as the armory is complete, we can expect to see that. Now there goes the DT right there. It's probably not going to get too far, because there is a missile turret right here. Probably not what he was expecting to see, but you know, whatever. He did see that at one point, probably just hoping for the best, as the Terran player does move out with his Marine Marauder, Medivac, and Viking force. We'll have to see what he's going to do with the Vikings here. Certainly a good number of Void Rays. Not really enough for the Vikings, but they do have superior range, so they can pick them off. It's exactly what we're seeing right now. Templars have taken to the field, but note they do not have Storm just yet. He wanted to get those up and try to save up the energy, so that way by the time the Storm was done, he would be able to have it. But the Terran player is coming in just too early for that plan to work. You can see fantastic force fields blocking off a majority of the infantry, as the Vikings are actually being pulled into the Protoss forces. Finally, Storm is done, so the Terran is actually retreating and heading around a different direction, hoping that there's not enough energy to block it off. But look right here, fantastic split. Another Storm does go down right atop the Marines, and more right there behind the force fields. Oh, look at the health points on those bad boys, all sitting at 50% or less, except for this one hero right here. Medivacs are trying as hard as possible to keep him alive. I don't think it's going to work too terribly well, though, because there is now a Archon in the field, morphed in from those two High Templar, completely out of energy for the Storm. Good micro there on the Zealots. You can see they're being kited very well. Good stuff there indeed. Now he is bringing in more infantry, going to try to make a push here. Oh, but there's a one Dark Templar going to have his way with the Marines. Oh no, perfect timing on the scan before any infantry died. Naniwa does not have enough units now to hold this off. He is having to retreat. Certainly not a good position to be in. He has spent so much money on the economy, he was caught kind of off guard here. If the Terran had just held on for a couple more minutes, Naniwa will be in a much better position. But right now he has invested so much in getting this expansion going, throwing down infrastructure to be able to produce from the additional income, and right now he is suffering because of it. Oh man, there goes that one Templar, but not before the Storm landed, and instead it goes right under the Zealots. Now the Marauders are sitting at about 50% HP. He is warping in one High Templar and one Zealot here. Now will he be able to get another Storm off? There is a nice string of infantry right there, as there are more funneling in from the southern portion of the map. He now has a good amount of barracks right there. You can see 5 of them rallied up. Still working on those upgrades. We got Weapons 2 and Armor 2 on the way. Will be a very powerful force indeed, as he continues to wreck the expansion. All these probes are going down. We can see the probe count right now. It's 62 to 65, so now he is going down very quickly as the Dark Templar comes in. I do not think that Naniwa was expecting the Terran to have so much energy saved up for the scans. So this is not looking good at all for Naniwa. You can see that that expansion is indeed gone. Now, he does have a decent number of forces right there, and now he is being attacked on two fronts. Psystorm does go down at the bottom of the ramp, but the Terran player does avoid it, so it will take some good micro and good coordination here to make sure that this expansion does not fall, because this is really his only hope at this point. Now, there is another one being dropped right here, but it is very vulnerable to attack. No cannons, no nothing whatsoever, just the Nexus and the Pylon. As we get ready to have another assault from the Terran player, maybe towards the expansion, he might knock out the High Templar. Oh yes, he is knocking out Naniwa's ability to produce High Templars. That was a crucial building. He needed to have that, because without the High Templar, he just really doesn't have a way to deal with these Marines, considering his income right now, which currently is 800. I mean, that's just not somewhere that you want to be at this point. Still working on a good number of gas from his main base, or a good bit of gas from his main base, but still not a fantastic position. Having to rely on these Zealots, which I do not believe even have the charge upgrade. No, they do not. Stalkers don't have blink. Oh man, here comes the snipe team from the Marauders and the Marines trying to take out the High Templar. Oh baby. Will they be able to get it? I think these two are okay. But here comes another attack. Look at that. 3 more Marauders getting into position, trying to catch the opponent off guard. There goes one Psystorm, knocking out a good bunch of Marines. You can see the bodies right there, but there are the Marauders being chased away by the Stalkers and the Zealots, as the Marauders do find a good position on the high ground to take out this warp gate, as more High Templar do warp in. Now note that they do actually have enough energy for one Psystorm right as soon as they warp in, so that's definitely a good thing to have. Meanwhile, this expansion still has not been detected yet. This one has been claimed and very, very secured by LucifroN. As you can see, pretty much just the outlay of the base right here. We do have a Ghost Academy, so we can expect to see some EMP, hopefully. Maybe some sniping in the near future, as right now Naniwa is still trying to hold on to this base for as long as possible. Meanwhile, the Terran player is actually getting ready to come up here. Now, has he seen this before? Oh my god, yes, there's a perfect storm right in the middle of all the infantry. Unfortunately, one storm was not enough. Second one does go down, anticipating the Marines moving up to the top of the ramp. Unfortunately, that was not the case. Oh, another storm landing right in the middle. Oh my god, so many storms. Look at that all over the place. All those infantry are so low on the hit points. Medevacs do not have energy, any energy whatsoever to deal with this. But it does not matter, because the stim has hit all of these infantry so low, this cannon just will not be able to live long enough to take out the one-shots on these infantry, as the forces are forced to come out here and deal with it. A couple of medevacs are in the wrong place right now, as those Marines narrowly escape death. You can see where they are being rally pointed to, though, as more Marauders and Marines are killed by the Psystorm. LucifroN is retreating, trying to do as much damage as possible. A couple of medevacs hanging back. They will be very quickly destroyed, as Zealots finally do have the charge upgrade right there. Get in, close the gap with the Marauders, helps out with the good kiting that has been done so far by LucifroN. Can't believe this Pylon is still here. I'm pretty sure that he warped in a DT at some point after the one that we saw, but, you know, obviously that didn't work out too well for him because of the fact that we're still sitting here with this one base, has not been able to really defend this expansion. He is trying to throw it up right now, but you can see from the lack of defenses, this is really not looking good at this point. He's kind of going out on a limb, trying to get this. It's a little bit more secure position, dropping the second one as well, this time with one High Templar, but the Terran player is moving out dangerously close to the expansion. Will he decide to get it? I do not know for sure. There are 3 ghosts this time, however, with plenty of energy for EMP as they move up. Look, there's sniping right there. I heard one snipe, and second one, High Templar goes down. He's having to come over here with these forces stretched out just a little bit. Probably not the best position to attack from. The ghosts do have the high ground, and they certainly do have the range. Of course, Naniwa knows this. Oh man, a great storm landing right there in the front of the infantry, taking them down a good bit. Oh, fantastic storm right there, right into the path. Another one. Oh, will he be able to get? No, EMP. The High Templars are EMP'd as they're now morphing into Archons, and LucifroN is sitting pretty darn good. This is all that Naniwa has right now, a bunch of Zealots and a couple High Templar. Will he be able to defend this? These infantry are pretty darn spread out right now. One Psystorm will be able to take it out. Oh my god, no! They ran out just in time to avoid the majority of the damage. Fresh reinforcements. Oh, another storm! Oh my god, they're all over the place here as the Ghosts do run in, trying to snipe, suiciding the oh my god, the High Templar, making sure they are out of the picture for good, and now running them away as this expansion is once again under heavy siege from LucifroN. Will Naniwa be able to withstand this assault? I do not think so. Right now, looking at the army side, as we can see, he's sitting 145 to 61. Certainly not in any position to be dictating whether or not he is able to keep that expansion. There is the GG from Naniwa, allowing LucifroN to take game number 1.5 in this best of 3 series. So let's go on and watch game number 2 and see what happens next on Lost Temple.